Now on Broadway, the music of the Go-Go's, a one-of-a-kind band. They talked with our Tracy Smith. The Go-Go's, the barrier-breaking 1980s hit makers, have stood on a lot of stages, but never this one. That's your Broadway theater, said Head Over Heels director Michael Mayer. Barbara was on this stage, too. Barbara who? Asked Jane Weedlin. Barbra Streisand. Remember her? He laughed. Watch the full story here. They're in Streisand territory because the Go-Go's phenomenon has come to Broadway. They don't actually appear in the new musical comedy, Head Over Heels, but some years ago, a Broadway producer thought it would be a great idea to artfully insert Go-Go's songs into an Elizabethan-era story about a royal family and a prophecy that could spell their doom. Head Over Heels on Broadway, by Head Over Heels, the new musical on YouTube. This is not their life stories. Yes, thank you for clarifying that, laughed Kathy Valentine. We were not born in the 1580s, said Weedlin and Belinda Carlisle. Even though, sometimes we might feel like it, quipped Charlotte Caffey. They may feel that way because they've done the walk from dressing room to stage hundreds, maybe thousands of times. We are all really good at doing this. We are really, really good at being Go-Go's, Valentine said. On and off for 40 years now, Valentine, Weedlin, Caffey, Carlisle and Gina Shock get together to show why the Go-Go's have been called one of the most successful all-female bands in the history of rock and roll. Vacation by the Go-Go's, topic on YouTube. Smith asked, when you're up on stage looking out at the audience, what do you see? Grandparents, parents, kids, said Carlisle. It's thrilling, you know, that our music has that kind of appeal. That's not the way it began in 1978, when Belinda Carlisle and Jane Weedlin decided, somewhat naively, to form a group. We came from the punk rock scene in LA, where anything went and you could learn as you went along, Carlisle said. And we had no idea how to play our instruments or do anything. We were absolutely rotten when we started, said Weedlin. Rough, maybe, but enough to attract other members who'd actually played music before. Drummer Gina Shock, who missed our interview because of surgery, bassist Kathy Valentine, and guitarist Charlotte Caffey, who was trained in classical piano. So, I was in awe. I was a little scared of them, but it was kind of exciting. They were the cool girls that were punky. And I was kind of more, like, you know, reserved and straight. Kind of. It's hard to imagine now, but in their early days, each band member made about $40 a week. And they had plenty of proverbial doors slammed in their faces. Every door, Weedlin said. According to Carlisle, record executives would not sign them because we were women, or girls. We were girls then, but the girls did make it happen. We Got the Beat became the Go-Go's first hit in England and then in the United States. Like almost all of their music, it was written, arranged and performed by all women. We Got the Beat by official Go-Go's on YouTube. Smith asked, what did that do to have it be all female? I think it emboldened us, Weedlin replied. I mean, especially the five of us, we've always said, like, we're this five-headed monster when we're together. It's this ball of energy that can be a force for good or a force for evil. Truth is, underneath all the fun and fizz was something a little more serious. You can hear it in Our Lips Are Sealed, upbeat but with lyrics that are a little dark. Can you hear them? They talk about us telling lies. Well, that's no surprise. Can you see them? See right through them. They have no shield, no secrets to reveal. The Go-Go's, Our Lips Are Sealed by official Go-Go's on YouTube. That's kind of a Go-Go trademark that we always make an effort not to make something, like, 100% happy or 100% sad, said Weedlin. We like to mix things together to keep things more interesting, Caffey added. That kind of dark against happiness. It's really, I love it. And the same goes for their 1982 hit, Vacation. The video seems happy-go-lucky, until you look a little closer. Weedlin recalled that video. That was, like, a 14-hour shoot, and we were so bored and miserable that we all started drinking. This part in the video where it looks like we are on the water skis and we were so drunk by then. If you, look at our eyes, we're all like, and while they all seem chummy at a People magazine photo session a few weeks ago, the band's history hasn't been so happy-go-lucky either. Medical problems, drug and alcohol abuse, and several knockdown, drag-out breakups. Weedland said, over the past, we always keep hurting each other and then keep forgiving each other and then healing and then trying to grow. And that's how I feel that we are all at this point. Think a group of sisters who can be extremely close, but at the same time, light years apart. Valentine said, there's been times we're in the dressing room, throwing stuff at each other. I think somebody got hit once. There's a lot of conflicting energy. But somehow, out of all of that, something stays very intact and still works very well. There's always a little eye in the hurricane that stays really nice, you know. And special. They do get along well enough to still play as a band. Recently, to the surprise of the audience, the Go-Go's performed on stage with the Head Over Heels cast. While they can cross Broadway off their bucket list, the Go-Go's still have one more mountain to climb. Smith said, a lot of your fans think that there's a grave injustice that you guys are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Weedland said. You can't take away the fact that we were the very first successful all-female band who wrote all their own songs and played all their own instruments. Hall of Fame honors if not, when you're a Go-Go, it just doesn't seem right to stop. 10 or 15 years' time, they could be on stage together, and Valentine noted, all the record companies will say, there's never been an all-granny band before, which may be their ticket to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For more info, story produced by Jay Kearneys.